Social media has changed drastically. It's no longer a place where people can go and tell jokes, have a laugh, voice opinions, have a good, healthy, mature adult debate, catch up with old friends, lovers, girlfriends, family, etc. It's not what it should be. It's not social. It's a very antisocial place, and it's a very dangerous, sick echo chamber. It's a biased place where sick, biased, twisted lefties are using it to destroy people's lives for daring to think differently. So social media is a battlefield, and it's left versus right, right versus wrong, and it's us decent folk on the right who are always on the defensive because the lefties there, the hysterical, howling Twitter, Facebook mob, they are very much going against nature, history and science, and trying to twist the narrative to their idiotic, dangerous rhetoric. They are effectively trying to define reality, and the left's reality is completely fucked up. For example, they told us to trust the science when it came to that thing we had to take into our bodies, otherwise we are selfish. They made it about race somehow. They really did. I've had countless people come onto my channel and call me a racist because I refuse to take that thing. And I still don't understand that. I can't get around that at all. There's no logic to it. So if you don't take the thing, then you are against science. However, during after the Roe versus Wade Supreme Court abortion issue in the US a few weeks ago, all of a sudden it was a woman's right to choose what happens to her body. So you can see the hypocrisy there. And that's the kind of thing that us people on the right are on social media fighting against. And so it comes to history, they're lying about our history. They want Western history to be different for some reason. And it's all to do with demonising Western history and culture and people, etc. It's all about hate. And that brings us to the reality of what a woman is. And so many left-wing politicians and celebrities, even the mainstream media, when asked, what's a woman? They can't tell you. So this whole narrative of controlling history and twisting the information, that's the truth, science, etc. This is what they want control over. And some of these idiots will call themselves disinformation experts and researchers, and if ever there was an oxymoron, it's that. And so we come to this gentleman, a US Army Lieutenant General, who I believe is retired. He's a Silver Star recipient. He's done his time, but then he was employed by the US government to advise the US Army. And what this guy did, what this soldier did, this patriot, is he dared to reply to a tweet by the vile and awful doctor in comas, Jill Biden, Bungalow Biden's wife. And servicemen don't really tend to do this kind of thing. They don't tend to speak up or speak out against the government, who effectively are their bosses and their employers. But something must have snapped in this man for him to reply to the current First Lady. So Dr. Jill Biden, and I am really reluctant to call her doctor because she's not really a doctor. She wrote a fucking piece of paper, for fuck's sake. She's nowhere near as smart, intelligent, beautiful, and everything really that the former First Lady, the goddess Melania Trump, is. She is nowhere near. She looks like basically Kermit the Frog in a blonde wig and a dress made out of someone's old pair of curtains. There's nothing chic or fashionable or, nice about her. She drips with insincerity. This woman likes the trappings of First Lady so much that she's prepared to just watch her husband quite literally wither and die on telly in front of us because he's completely unsuitable for the job. Joe Biden has no brain left. He has farted, but instead of going out of his bottom, it's travelled all the way to the empty cavity in his head where his brain was. The guy doesn't know if he's coming or going. He can't string a fucking sentence together. He is dying on TV every time we see him. He's either tripping up or going to shake some invisible person's hand and forgetting names left, right and centre. Now, any responsible, loving wife would say, right, Joe, you can't do this. You need to stop, retire. Just throw in the towel for your own mental health. I'll look after you. I love you. I'm your wife. But no, Jill hasn't done that at all, because she's a selfish cow. Even her son, the equally vile Hunter Biden, said in his stolen laptop, and loads of information have come out from his laptop. And within that laptop, there are text messages to her where he called her a selfish, silly, entitled cunt, a fucking moron, a vindictive moron. And he even went so far as to say that the drunkest he's ever been is still smarter than she could ever comprehend. So even her stepson, Joe Biden's son, thinks really ill of her because he's seen through her, obviously. She's fake as fuck. So Jill Biden tweeted, for nearly 50 years, women have had the right to make our own decisions about our bodies. Today, that right was stolen from us. And then this Lieutenant General, what's his name, Gary Volesky, a Silver Star recipient, served his country with honour and even served with distinction in Iraq. So a patriotic man who served his country and holds dear American values. And then he replied, "Glad to see you finally know what a woman is." That tweet was deleted. Twitter deleted it for hate speech. And he's been sacked from his role as Special Army Advisor. They got rid of him. So a 3-star general, Lieutenant General, who repeatedly risked his life for the US, gets punished for a comment protected by the First Amendment. So they breached his First Amendment rights there by sacking him. And quite frankly, if Jill Biden is so sensitive, then she ought to find herself a safe space with her husband. So I am glad, really, that this old soldier, sometimes it takes an old soldier to put people in their place and to say what needs to be said. And for him to do this, it's highly unusual because, like I said, old soldiers, well, new soldiers, serving people in general, they don't tend to speak out against their employers, the government. But this is an example of someone who is in the right, a decent-minded people, using his voice and his position to stop the left from stealing and telling us what reality is. And for that, I salute him. So remember the name, Lieutenant General Gary Volesky. God bless him, and God bless the United States. And that's my video. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Was he right to call out the vile Dr. Jill, or should he have remembered his position and kept his mouth shut? And that's that. So comment, share, subscribe, and until the next time, Roger Trout.